Hello everyone, it's me, Andrea. Today I show you an art journal page I made from this protection sheet. I just showing you a lot of stencil prints on there where I cleaned my stencil and washed my brushes and stuff. And this actually in the middle, that's a stencil from a dog. I made that myself. And that's my focal point, because I thought when I saw, it's always I look at it and I see something in it, and this was sort of a tulip, and I thought, yeah, go for that, use it. I already had paint on this orange paint on, and now I started to put some gesso on the areas where I want to mute it a bit, the background. I wanted to have, of course, a lot of the background shown through, but on some areas they were black, and I muted that down. So on top of this yellow, that's the paws of this dog actually, and I will use that for the, what do you call that, in the middle of a plant, a pulse, whatever. You will see what it is or will be. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, you will see it. At this stage, I use acrylics, Amsterdam acrylics, and this is the really dark green one, olive green, I think it calls. And at some stage, I started to use dilution paint, and then I stuck to it because this is what the page needed. That's a typical art journal page with the demand of paint like that. You know, the colors are so different. They are so much more vibrant but bold, and so I think it's much nicer with this paint. So I only went on with this paint. And even though I thought this time you're not going for green, because I always use green, I love it so much, but I couldn't resist. I thought that nothing, no, it has nothing to do with couldn't resist. It has something to do with what I'm doing, not thinking. You know, I'm working and I grab something, and it, of course it's green. But yeah, of course. As I said, I use different greens. I think I only have 2 greens anyway in that collection of the dilution paints. And this on the right, I wanted to keep as it was actually at the print, but I didn't like it. And you will see me covering up with gesso, and this way I didn't really like it. It will stay a circled sort of flower, but I will change it. And now I use the red on the right and the left, and I think I used not all of them, but almost all of the paint. I have all the colors I have. Really love them. Yeah, here I cover it up with gesso and change it afterwards. But as long as that dried, I used the yellow on top, and after that I went in with more green, yeah, even more. But it's absolutely fantastic to work with this paint. I put it down, and to avoid having edges or brush strokes, I always blend it out with my fingers. That works really good. You can see it here, yeah. And a bit of yellow again, and blend it out. So, and a bit of there, and then the last bit down there will be the orange. And I think that's it with the main background paint. So here I start again with pink, but only a small circle, and then I use it's turquoise, the turquoise one, and the outside circle with pink, and the white circle will stay white, but I will work with a pen on them. You will see that later. And here's some outlining with the black paint, and this half circles around the flowers or the flower. and of course some dots in the middle. And then the E, of course, was completely covered. It is very solid. It was a stencil clean-in print or impression, but it's quite solid. And I thought I will do something with it, but I wasn't sure at this stage what I will do. Here I use more of the pink. That was too much, didn't work for me, but as long as it's wet you can remove it. And to get this stencil, this raised areas back, I go over it with brayer, with gesso on. So now I start with my pencil, black ink pen, not pencil, black ink pen, to go in and have circles here, small ones, bigger ones. And while I'd done that, I thought, go on and start outlining all the other stuff, all the other structures and figures. And that's what I do here. The E, actually, I wanted to use it with a sentiment. And I didn't think of something at that moment. But the more I saw this white E there, I thought, no, I don't want to put that into a sentence or word. I will do something differently. You will see it then. Yeah. Bit of shading with my big brush, Pitt Pen Big Brush. I love them so much. And go in with this dark greens around, and of course white into these half circles around the flower. And inside here I work with the Stabilo to get the veins out a bit, and a bit of highlights with the white again, and on top of the tulip as well, on the stems of course. But that's it. So now a bit there, okay. And then I use different pinks on that flower. And the E I go around with my Stabilo all. I didn't activate it with water, I smeared it with my finger, blended out with my finger. So I have a tiny bit of black on the white letter as well. So now can you guess what it will be? E is M, C, what do you call quadrat 2? Yeah. But you know what it means, so I think this page is relatively nice. These were sticky letters on both sides. You can put glitter or something on it, but I put pure paint, white paint on it to take away the stickiness. Go around with the Stabilo as well, but I use a blending stump to blend it out because of this foamy letters, so it wasn't very good to blend that with the fingers. So this is a craft foam stamp I made myself, and I go around, or I go into every edge or corner, sorry, and stamp it in white. And these are circle stamps, are craft foam as well, actually. And yeah, that was a bad impression, so I made that new. And these are border stems, and I used that one I just tapped on. It's a really beautiful border, and go around the edges. On every edge I will put one of these, and I darkened the edge anyway with black to bring everything together, but I think having these stamped borders, I always like them on pages like this. These are little circles, you will see that afterwards in a close-up better. It's from a stamp set from Joffrey Stamps from Paper Artsy. Simple circles, but really nice, so I like to use it a lot. And my script stamp, of course, and this is a tiny stamp with acrylic paint, white acrylic paint on, and tiny dots, really very close next to each other. And of course I outlined it, two very sketchy lines, I think to me on this art journal pages, it works always best with loose sketchy lines, not too neat, not too precise. And in this stamped bubbles, I squeeze this pearl pen from the way it is in turquoise to pick up the turquoise from the color again. And I thought that might look nice with pearls in there. Bit of shading in this shapes, whatever you see in them. I think they are looking a bit like rocks, but yeah. And I think a bit of this white, these borders, they have these little tiny circles, and every circle I put some white with a Posca in. And this is close up actually. At the end you will see some pictures. These are the tiny circles I put there. You will see some pictures, and yeah, you can see here these tiny dots, the white ones. And so that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you like it a bit, and I will see you with my next video. So have a nice time, guys. See you then. Bye bye.